Hello, everyone.
Hold on, Summer. Let me stop sharing my screen first.
Okay.
Nope. Ooh. Go ahead. All right, this is a bit of a bizarre thing, but I can't locate where the live feed is on my So I'm hearing what please pardon this, everyone out there in YouTube, on YouTube. Alex and Charles, please mute your videos.
Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your patience. Thanks, Mark. And welcome to the BHS Drama Society 2020 Student Directed Festival Virtual Edition. We are so glad you can join us tonight for what we, Mary, Mark, Elena, and myself, Summer, call the jewel in the crown of the Drama Society. We're so excited to make this happen. Even in the digital realm, drama gets it done. Tonight, you're going to see 6 shows, all student directed, some even student written. In between each performance, you'll get to experience the joy of Bake Off. Bake Off is a long-standing Drama Society student-directed festival tradition. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how it works, and it's still going to go down pretty much the same way with a little bit of a tweak. So, each cast has prepared a delightful confection that is somehow connected to their show and will be judged by Mary, Mark, Elena, and myself on appearance and connection to show. Because we cannot be with you in person and together this evening, we have to figure out how to handle the taste portion. So each cast has selected an impartial taste tester, and they are going to be our taste buds through the evening, giving us the real deal on the taste with a scale of 1 to 5. So we're gonna have big fun. You're gonna see exactly what our drama folks can do. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this year's Student Directed Festival. Please welcome Clay.
Hello, I'm Clay Baker-Lerner. I'm the current president of the Drama Society, and before we start the festival, we would like to take some time to discuss 2 important matters impacting our community in the recent weeks. As I'm sure many of you know, on the morning of May 29th, the Brookline School Committee issued pink slips to hundreds of teachers across Brookline, including many teachers in the Performing Arts Department. It is needless to say that without our loving teachers and this program, none of us would be here today or a part of this community. The BHS Drama Society urges the town to stand with their teachers and ensure arts education for all future Brookline Public School students. The BHS Drama Society stands in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter protests across the country. The protesters' fight against the US government's and police forces' systemic white supremacy has our full support, and we urge everyone, in particular our non-Black members, to donate, protest, sign petitions, and educate yourselves on these matters. Links to those resources can be found in our digital program. We will now hold a moment of silence in honor of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Nina Pop, Tony McDade, David McAddy, and every other Black life that has been robbed by America's oppressive police force and white supremacy. Thank you. And now, to kick things off, I'll turn it over to Sophie and T, directors of The Monkey's Paw.
Hi, I'm Sophie.
And I'm T.
We're directing The Monkey's Paw. So for the Bake Off, I was the baker and I made a triple cake pop with a monkey's paw on top. It kind of represents like the 3 wishes idea, and the reason I don't have it is because I've turned the tasting over to Thomasin's sister, who is very impartial because she is 13 years old, and 13-year-olds are just Great.
Thank you, Sophie. Okay, so here we have what was made for the bake-off. I want to make sure that all of you guys can see it here.
Can you give us a little spin, please? Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
First impression.
Okay, so my first impression is, first of all, Sophie, you should definitely be proud of your baking. And I think if I was going to rate this, I would give it a 5 out of 5.
Scale it. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Okay, so can you very quickly just give us word?
Summer, may I interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
Is the monkey's paw edible?
It is.
Well,
it's made of marzipan.
This is what I was going to find out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, Summer. Sorry.
The marzipan is in fact edible.
That part.
Does that change your scoring?
Very descriptive.
No, I would say that I would still keep my scoring at the 5 out of 5.
Fantastic. Well played. Well done. Thank you so much.
Your turn, go.
All right. Nice job, you guys.
All right. Well, thank you, Annika, and we'll turn it over to the MCs.
Hey, Naomi, wasn't Monkey supposed to meet us here at like 3?
No, oh my God, Dina, Monkey had a surprise birthday party for his family.
Wait, oh my God, which member of his family? Was it Monkey's mom?
No, it was not Monkey's ma, Dina.
Monkey's sister?
No, not Monkey's sister, come on.
Monkey's grandma?
Dina, focus, not Monkey's grandma.
Oh, of course. It must be Monkey's paw.
Yes, it's the monkey's paw. The monkey's paw.
Directed by T. Schmults
and Sophie O'Connell.
Hark at the wind.
I'm listening.
I should hardly think he'd come tonight. That's the worst of living so far out. Of all the beastly, slushy, out-of-the-way places to live in, this is the worst.
There he is.
Are you sure he's at the door?
I thought I just heard a knock.
Can you double check?
The wind's howling. Who really knows who's outside?
Oh, there he is.
Ah, Morris, how marvelous it is to see you. Oh, goodness, you're soaked through. I'm sorry, Morris.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Sorry.
It's a bloody drencher out there, but these boots have seen worse days. I apologize for the lateness.
Well, don't you sound like quite the cynical old veteran. Oh, everyone, Sergeant Major Morris.
Please, Morris.
Now, Morris, why don't you recount that tale you told me the other day for Herbert here?
Well, I assume you're all aware of the wars in Burma. It was like to nothing I'd seen before. Dense canopies shielding the skies, though it didn't much help the heat. I'll tell you, Burma has a thing for humidity.
So, were you fighting or just staring at the pretty trees, huh? Get on with it.
Well, one thing that war surely taught him was a little bit of patience. Herbert, we represent you over there.
Oh, hush, you tease him far too much.
All right. We moved east through the country. Our numbers slowly dwindled, and as the Burmese got together to end operations, our lack of mounted troops was sorely felt. I'll tell you, that was one moment I really did wish I had never joined the service. Nevertheless, in the nick of time, British troops marched to the horizon and joined the fight. We beat the Burmese into the ground that day, and I'll tell you, when it was over, I kept one of the miniature golden Buddhas from the storm at Mandalay Palace.
Truly?
Oh yes, sitting on my mantle it is now.
21 years of it. When he went away, he was a slip of a youth in the warehouse. Now look at him.
He doesn't look to have taken much harm.
I'd like to go to India myself, just to look around a bit, you know?
Better where you are.
I should like to see those old temples and fakirs and jugglers. Hey, what was that you started telling me the other day about a monkey's paw or something?
Nothing. Leastways, nothing worth hearing about.
Monkey's paw?
It's just a bit of what you might call magic, perhaps. To look at, it's just an ordinary little paw dried to a mummy.
And what is there special about it?
It had a spell put on it by an old fakir so that 3 separate men could each have 3 wishes from it. He wanted to show that fate ruled people's lives and that those who interfered with it did so to their sorrow.
So why don't you have 3, sir?
I have.
And did you really have those 3 wishes granted?
I did.
And has anybody else ever wished?
The first man had his 3 wishes, yes. I don't know what the first 2 were, but the third was for death. That's how I got the paw.
If you've had your 3 wishes, it's no good to you now then, Morris. Well, what do you keep it for?
Fancy, I suppose.
And if you could have another 3 wishes, would you have them?
I don't know. I don't know. Better let it burn.
Father!
Oh!
If you don't want it, Morris, give it to me.
I won't. I threw it on the fire. If you keep it, don't blame me for what happens. Throw it on the fire again like a sensible man.
How do you do it?
Hold it up in your right hand and wish aloud. But I warn you of the consequences.
Don't you think you might wish for 4 pairs of hands for me?
I wish.
If you must wish, wish for something sensible.
Just 3 then. I apologize for poking fun at you. Truly, Sergeant. Please, go on.
Well, let me think just a moment. We were on our way to Bombay and crossing one of the many infernal deserts, and we planned to stay at this little town that had grown up next to a desert spring.
Oh, an oasis. If I could see one thing in India, it would be just that. Was it just lovely?
Now there's something you used to paw for.
No, not at all. A greater wish only lends itself to greater danger.
Then I'll nogly wish no harm comes to myself. How'd your so-called danger have me now?
That's quite enough out of you. You were saying, Morris.
Well, when we arrived at the edge of town, it appeared devastated. We asked a young girl what had happened. A recent famine had left them enough food to only last half the town. Their elder ventured into the desert to try and find help. He returned with a sorcerer who promised them a solution. The next day, plague. By the time it had run its course, exactly half the town had perished. Be careful what you wish, for you may receive it.
All right, old man, don't bore us with any more platitudes.
Well, much obliged. I now know not to look for wizards in my time of need.
I'd best head home now. I won't trouble you any longer.
Oh, please, it's no trouble at all. Come back anytime.
Now, Morris, I insist you take this.
No, I don't want anything for that godforsaken thing, and nor should you want anything from it. I only wish you find the sense to throw it back into the flames.
If that tale about the monkey paws not much more truthful than those he's been telling us, we shan't make much out of it.
Did you give him anything for it?
A trifle, but he wouldn't take it. And he pressed me again to throw it away.
Likely. Why, we're going to be rich and famous and happy. Wish to be an emperor, Father. Then you can't be henpecked.
Oh, stop that.
Oh, I don't know what to wish for, and that's a fact. Well, it seems to me I've got all I want.
If only you cleared the house, you'd be quite happy, wouldn't you? Wish for 200 pounds then.
I wish for 200 pounds. It moved. As I wished, it twisted my hands like a snake.
Well, I don't see the money, and I bet I never shall.
It must have been your fancy.
Never mind, though, there's no harm done, but it gave me a shock all the same.
I bet you'll find the cash in a big bag in the middle of your bed, and something horrible squatting on top of it, watching as you pocket your ill-gotten gains.
I suppose all soldiers are the same. The idea of our listening to such nonsense. How could wishes be granted in a time like this? And if they could, how could 200 pounds hurt you?
Might drop on his head from the sky.
You know, Morris said that things happened so naturally that You might attribute it to coincidence.
Well, don't break into the money before I get back. I'm afraid it'll turn you into a mean, avaricious man, and we shall have to disown you.
Ma'am, may I come in? Yeah, please do. Can I fix you some tea?
No, that's really all right. I was asked to call. I come from Mon Megan's.
Is anything the matter? Has anything happened to Herbert?
There, sit down, don't jump to conclusions. You've not brought bad news, I'm sure, ma'am.
I'm sorry, but...
Is he hurt?
Badly hurt, but he is not in any pain.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God for that.
He was caught in the machinery.
Caught in the machinery. Yes.
Not Herbert. Not my baby.
He was the only one left to us. It is hard.
The firm wished me to convey their sincere sympathy with you in your great loss. I beg that you understand, I am only their servant and merely obeying orders. I was to say, Mon Megan's disclaim all responsibility. But in consideration of your son's services, they wish to offer you a certain sum as compensation.
How much?
200 pounds.
Come here. You will be cold.
It is colder for my son. The paw. The monkey's paw!
Where? What's the matter?
I only just thought of it. Why didn't I think of it before? The other two wishes, we've only had one.
Was that not enough?
No. We'll have one more. Go and get it quickly and wish our boy alive again.
Good God, you've gone mad. You don't know what you're saying.
You had the first wish granted. Why not the second?
A coincidence.
Go and get it and wish.
He has been dead 10 days, and besides, I could only recognize him by his clothing. If he was too terrible for you to see then, how now?
Bring him back. Do you think I fear the child I have nursed?
It is foolish and...
Which?
I wish my son alive again.
What's that?
A rat. A rat. I saw it past the hearth a moment ago.
It's Herbert! It's Herbert!
What are you going to do?
Help, I can't open the door. Oh, Herbert!
God,
It's coming! Herbert! You're afraid of your own son! Herbert! Herbert! Open the door!
I wish my second wish undone.
Hurry.
Yes, yes. Excellent. Good job. Good job. Awesome, Monkey's Paw. And thank you, Monkey's Paw. It's not easy to go first. We're working out the bugs as we go along. You guys did a great job. Great job hanging in there. Excellent.
All right, Monkey's Paw, nice job. I'm very excited to start off the bake-off scoring. So everybody, drum roll please. We have, starting with presentation, that's the first thing that I saw. It was a little sloppy, I think, at first, but the fact that you put cake pops all on a stick like a chicken kebab made me smile because I love those. So we have a nice 4 for presentation, everybody. Nice job. Connection to show. You literally had a monkey's paw, which you had in the show. So 5. This is weird not having anybody respond to this, but 5. Okay, now the big one, taste. So we have our taste tester who already gave a 5 for taste. However, not that I don't believe you, it's just there was a bit of hesitation going into that edible monkey's paw. When we asked, is it edible? You said, it's edible, which told me that it was a bit less than edible. So would have been a 5, brought down to a 4, monkey's paw for taste. So nice job, everybody. Woohoo! All right, thank you, thank you. We are passing this along to the directors of The Cure. So The Cure, come on up and introduce your show.
Gideon, hi. Are you there? All right, so hi, I'm Brendan and my co-director is Gideon, and we are the directors of the show called The Cure. And so I'll pass it on to Lilia, who is our bake-off person. So
hi everyone. So for our bake-off, I was the baker and I made eclairs with vanilla custard filling and lemon glaze, and I made them look like pills. So here they are. And I'm going to have my mom, who I know, but very impartial.
This was supposed to be an impartial judge. I'm not
I
sure.
know, but she's a baker, so she's actually gonna judge it. So here you go.
Okay.
Get close to the camera. We got to see this face.
It's actually fantastic.
Can you show the inside?
I mean, the eclair is fresh. It's, not soggy like they get. It's very delicious. The not too thick. It's actually a very, very good eclair. I am a cook. I mean, I would tell you if it was terrible.
She would.
So it's very good.
Score out of 5.
I'd say 5. It's delicious.
All right. Thank you so much.
Doctor, the patient, they've woken up.
They've what?
They're awake.
That's impossible. No one's able to wake up from a coma that long.
Doctor, what does this mean?
It means it's in the patient's blood.
What is?
The cure.
And now, the cure.
Written and directed by Brendan Chin and Gideon Lieberman.
All right. I think we're waiting for just one more. And I can never figure out this waiting room. There she is now. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Andrew Young, and I'm the head of the research team that has been working hard to find a cure for this devastating virus. I've called you all here today because each of you have contracted this virus. However, my team has created a cure. Unfortunately, as of now, we only have enough resources to create about 5,000 samples, which isn't nearly enough considering almost 40,000 people have this virus. We will eventually be able to create as many of these pills as necessary, but they take about a month to make. Since the virus is relatively fast acting, this won't do much good for any of you. However, my team is able to supply one of the 7 of you with a beta sample of the cure. My research team and I didn't think it would be fair if we decided who got it, so we are allowing you to decide collectively. Every few minutes, you'll be allowed to vote using the numbers on your computer for who you think is the least deserving to obtain the cure. The person with the most votes each round will be eliminated. You may discuss how you'd like to decide, and by the end, there should be only one person left. That person will receive the cure. Remember, you only have a couple minutes to discuss during each round, so use your time wisely. Ready, set, begin.
Wait, what? We don't even get to ask questions?
Yeah, how are we even supposed to make this decision?
I mean, it might make sense to introduce ourselves.
All right, why don't you start?
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Isabella Cooper. I'm 32 years old, and I'm currently working as a teaching assistant. Oh, and I'm about 6 months pregnant.
Okay, I guess I'll go. Hello, everyone. My name is Miranda Conway. I live in the small town of Pittsburgh in the small state of Pennsylvania. I have 3 grandkids and 2 kids who I just adore. Speaking of grandkids, last weekend my grandson Timmy gave me...
Lady, we don't have time to hear about your family.
I was just doing what we all agreed to do.
It really doesn't matter. Anyways, I'll try and be a bit quicker. My name is Crystal Mannon, and I own a chain of restaurants in downtown Dallas. Who's up next?
Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Goldberg.
You all have 10 seconds left.
I'm 37 years old. I also have a cat named...
Well, does anyone else want to introduce themselves?
No, I'm not doing that. You saw what happened to Miss Goldberg. She did nothing wrong, yet she was voted out first because she drew attention to herself.
I think I may have accidentally voted.
Wait, what?
I'm not sure. I think it's the young lady in the black over to my left.
Samantha Michaels?
Oh, Samantha, I'm so Samantha, I'm so
Oh, you know what? We should vote out the oldest people first.
Wait, what? Why?
Just think about it. They are the least healthy, and Miranda, but I think you should be the first one voted out.
Well, no, shouldn't we try to protect our elders? You young ones are much more likely to survive without a need for the cure.
True, but the virus can potentially kill any of us, and I'd rather not exchange my life for someone who's already lived theirs.
Oh, that's messed up.
Is it, or is it what everybody else is thinking?
You all have 10 seconds left.
Wait, no, don't listen to her. Respect your...
Why don't we take a different approach? Who do we think deserves to get the cure most? Does anyone have any ideas?
I propose that we decide based on wealth. The people who make the most are usually the most hardworking, therefore, they're the most deserving. And another thing is that the person with the greatest amount of wealth will be able to fund future cures and can donate money to people in need. Just think about it, for the greater good of everyone.
How's that for the greater good? You just want that to be the case because you must make a 7-figure salary.
And I can help the most people. I can invest my hard-earned money so that many more Americans don't have to argue over the cure in Zoom calls like this.
Yeah, well, can you prove that you make the most? How do we know someone else doesn't make more?
Trust me, I own the whole Burger Queen chain, and surely you've seen them all across town. They're scattered all across Texas. And for the greater good of the country, we should make sure that whoever ends up with the cure can help fund more.
There's no way this cure should go to another snob. Last thing we want to do is let another rich person buy their way to the top.
Hey, it's not about the money. It's about who can help the most people.
That's BS, and you know it.
I agree with you. It doesn't seem fair to say that the person with the greatest amount of wealth should get the cure.
Okay, can't you see that it is for the greater good? Open your eyes. People need me to help them.
Well, I know who I'm voting for.
No.
You have 10 seconds left.
No, you can't vote for me. I can help the most people. Vote for the Asian guy. There's no way he has the same influence that I...
You know, I think we should give Isabella the cure because she's pregnant. It's only fair. She's basically worth 2 lives.
Hold on a minute, Dale. I think what you said earlier was right. The person who walks away with the cure should be the person who deserves it the most.
All right, why do you deserve the cure?
Well, I've had to deal with a lot of traumatic experiences in my life. Losing my parents in a car crash, being bullied in high school. Just last week, my grandmother passed away from this virus. She was the only person who ever truly cared about me, and now she's gone, and even worse, I couldn't be with her at the end because I was stuck in quarantine. I really feel like I deserve at least one break in life.
My deepest condolences about your grandmother, Samantha.
Yeah. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Although I am terribly sorry for your loss, I don't think your problems surpass the needs of a pregnant lady.
Are you serious? You know what? Screw you. You probably never had anything bad ever happen to you.
You have 10 seconds left.
Win after win. I'm sick and tired of people who think they're better than everybody else, walk all over those who are less fortunate. You'll get what's coming to you, mister, someday.
I really do feel bad for her.
Yeah.
So, where do we go from here?
Well, I believe I should get the cure, but not for some selfish reason like other people. I want the cure because I'm a doctor, and as we all know, doctors are priced at this point. I want to save as many lives as possible, but I can only do that if I give them the ability to leave quarantine.
I understand that, but I can't in good conscience endanger the life of an unborn child.
It might not seem like the right thing to do now, but if you look at the bigger picture, you'll be saving more lives by allowing me to obtain the cure.
I'm sorry. I just really can't. This unborn child is just too important.
I agree. I mean, it might sound selfish, but I would do anything to protect my daughter.
Well, since neither of us will be getting the cure, Jerry, why don't you just drop out of the Zoom call right now? I mean, it wouldn't really make a difference in the end because both me and Isabella will be voting you out next anyways. Why not save the hassle?
Fine.
You all have 10 seconds left.
Well, I guess it's your turn, Jerry. Dale, thank you. Thank you so much for everything. Right? Dale? Aren't you gonna leave the...
Congratulations, Dale. You should receive your dose in a few days.
Yes.
Yes, very nice, very nice. All of you folks who are watching on YouTube, go ahead and show some love to our casts of all of our shows in the chat box.
All right, I want us to talk about the Bake Off. Great show, spooky ending, well done. So Lilia, this goes out to you. As a fellow baker, I appreciated your efforts. They were awesomely something. I don't know, I'm wondering if I needed the cure, if I would actually really eat one of those pink and green very ginormous pills. They sort of made me sick just looking at them. However, I applaud the effort and eclairs. That's interesting. So 3.5. for appearance because my colleagues and I were a little spooked by that. Connection to show, again, nothing like a good pill to cure what ails you. So 4, that was excellent. And now we'll get to the taste. I'm not entirely sure that your mom wasn't doing a mom thing. She seemed very mom-like, very proud of you, Lilia, as anyone should be. I wondered about that, but then she just seemed guilelessly delighted with your eclair. And so I must give the taste a 5 and
Yeah.
get it right. Gratitude. And I think we're over to trifles.
Hello, I'm Eve Jones.
I'm Phoebe Kallaher, and we are the directors of Trifles.
And our baker in residence tonight is Dina.
Hi, I baked a trifle. Here we go. It is here. It has a bird on top. It has brownies, whipped cream, strawberries, pudding, and meringue. And now...
Where's Ori in all this?
He's right there.
Ah.
And now Ori and Merlin will judge.
Hey. Get really close to the camera with that spoon. We need to see what's going on in there.
Rotate it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Put your mouth, like dig in and then give us the close up.
Oh God.
Oh, hefty.
Oh, there you
Oh.
Like, yeah.
Ori, pick up the pace a little bit here, buddy.
All right.
All right, let's get spoon in mouth.
Wow, this service is taking a little long.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do I have to say something, or can I just keep eating?
Yes. Yes. You have to tell us what's going on in there. What's happening?
Scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best. Give it a number.
Well, there's strawberries, chocolate pudding, brownie, and meringue, and whipped cream. So the combination of flavors is amazing. Like, it's all very sweet, and then you get a bit of tartness from the strawberries, which just makes it perfect.
I concur.
Nice, nice.
All
right.
I think I'd give it a 5 out of
Boom,
5.
boom, boom, boom.
Fantastic.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We will turn it over to your MCs, Trifles.
Hey, Anushka, what even is a trifle anyway?
Oh my God, I don't even know.
Is it a car?
Maybe?
A shoe?
Possibly.
A funny looking hat?
I don't think so.
Well, I guess it's a mystery. And now, Trifles.
Directed by Phoebe Kallaher and Eve Jones.
This feels good. Come to the fire, ladies.
I'm not cold.
Now, Mr. Hale, before we move things about, you tell me just what you saw when you came here yesterday morning.
Harry and I had started to town with a load of potatoes. We came along the road from my place and I didn't see or hear anything. I knocked to the door and still it was all quiet inside. So I knocked again and I opened the door and there in that rocker sat Mrs. Wright.
And what was she doing?
She was rocking back and forth. She had her apron in her hand and was kind of pleating it.
And how did she look?
Well, she looked queer. So I said, I want to see John. And then she laughed. I guess you could call it a laugh. I said a little sharp, can't I see John? No, she says, kind of dull-like. Why can't I see him, I asked her out of patience. 'Cause he's dead, she said. Dead, says I. She just nodded her head, rocking back and forth. I went upstairs, and there he was lying. Then I said, who did this, Mrs. Wright? I don't know. She said, weren't you sleeping in the bed with him, says I. Yes, she says, but I was on the inside. Somebody slipped a rope around his neck and strangled him, and you didn't wake up, she said. After a minute, she said, I sleep sound.
And you're convinced that there was nothing important here, nothing that would point to any motive?
Nothing here but kitchen things. Here's a nice mess.
Oh, her fruit, it did freeze. She worried about that the last time it turned so cold. She said the fire'd go out and her jars would break.
Well, can you beat the women held for murder and worrying about her preserves?
Well, women are used to worrying over trifles. And yet, for all their worries, what would we do without the ladies? You and Mrs. Wright were neighbors. I suppose you were friends too.
I've not seen much of her of late years. I've not been in this house, it's more than a year. It never seemed a very cheerful place.
No, not cheerful. I shouldn't say that she had the homemaking instinct.
Well, I don't know as Wright had either.
You mean that they didn't get on very well?
No, I don't mean anything, but I don't think a place be any cheerfuler for John Wright's being in it.
I want to get the lay of things upstairs now.
I'd hate to have men coming into my kitchen, snooping around and criticizing.
Well, I must get those things she wanted.
Wright was close. I think maybe that's why she kept so much to herself. She used to be lively and wear pretty clothes when she was Minnie Foster, one of the town girls singing in the choir. Oh, but that was 30 years ago now. This all you was to take in? Do you think she did it?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I don't think she did, asking for an apron and her little shawl.
My husband says it looks bad for her. He said coming out that all what was needed for the case was a motive, something to show anger or sudden feeling.
Well, I don't see any signs of anger around here. Wonder how they're finding things upstairs. You know, seems kind of sneaking, walking her up in town and then coming out here trying to get her house to turn against her.
But Mrs. Hale, the law is the law.
I suppose 'tis.
She was piecing a quilt. It's log cabin pattern. Pretty, isn't it? I wonder if she was going to quilt it or just knot it.
They wonder if she was going to quilt it or just knot it.
I don't know as it's anything to laugh about, our taking up our time with little things while waiting for them to get the evidence.
Of course, they've got awfully important things on their minds. Mrs. Hale, look at this one. It's all over the place. Why, it looks as if she didn't know what she was about.
What do you suppose she was so nervous about?
I don't know. I don't know if she was nervous. I sometimes so awful queer when I'm just tired. Well, I must get these things wrapped up. I wonder where I can find a piece of paper and string.
In that cupboard, maybe?
Why, here's a bird cage. Did she have a bird, Mrs. Hale?
Why, I don't know whether she did or not.
Seems funny to think of a bird here, but she must have had one, or why would she have had a cage? I wonder what happened to it. Why, look at this door. It's broke. One hinge is pulled apart.
Looks as if someone's been rough with it.
Why, yes.
I tell you what I do wish, Mrs. Peters. I wish I had come over sometime when she was here. I've never liked this place. I don't know what it is, but it's a lonesome place and always was. I can see now.
Well, you mustn't reproach yourself, Mrs. Hale. Somehow we just don't see how it is with other folks until something comes up.
Did you know John Wright, Mrs. Peters?
Not to know him, I've seen him in town. They say he was a good man.
Yes, good. He didn't drink, and he kept his word as well as most, I guess, and paid his debts. But he was a hard man, Mrs. Peters, just to pass the time of day with him, like a raw wind that gets to the bone. I should think she would have wanted a bird, but what do you suppose went with it?
I don't know, unless it got sick and died.
Right, come to think of it, she was kind of like a bird herself, real sweet and pretty and kind of timid and fluttery. How she did change. Tell you what, Mrs. Peters, why don't you take the quilt in with you? It might take up her mind.
Why, I think that's a real nice idea, Mrs. Hale. There couldn't possibly be any objection to it, could there? Now, just what would I take? I wonder if her patches are in here and her things.
Here's some red. I expect this has got her sewing things in it. Oh, what? Looks such a pretty box. Looks like something somebody would give you. Maybe her scissors are in here? Why, Mrs. Hale, there's something wrapped up in this piece of silk. Oh, Mrs. Peters.
It's the bird!
Look at its neck. It's all other side too.
Somebody wrung its neck? She liked the bird. She was going to bury it in that pretty box.
No, Wright wouldn't like the bird. A thing that sang. She used to sing. He killed that too.
We don't know who killed the bird.
I knew John Wright.
We don't know who killed him. We don't know! My, it's a good thing the men couldn't hear us. Wouldn't they just laugh, getting all stirred up over a little thing like a dead canary, as if that could have anything to do with wouldn't they laugh?
Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't.
No, it's all perfectly clear except a reason for doing it. But you know juries when it comes to women. If there was only some definite thing, something to show, something to make a story about, something that would connect up with the strange way of doing it.
I just want you to come in here a minute, Thomas. We have to take a look at these windows.
Yes, windows. Well, George, at least we found out that she was not going to quilt it. She was going to, what is it you call it, ladies?
We call it knot it, Mr. Peters.
Whoa.
Yes.
Not it. Get it? Whoa.
Little clever piece of blocking there too with the box.
That was
with
nice.
The box exchange.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was good.
Box. All righty, I will take it away with the bake-off results.
Oh, wow, you are very behind.
Of tripes. Appearance. We got to go with a straight 5 on this. Look delicious. I love the bird connection to the show. More about that in a minute. I was waiting for someone to dive in. Too bad it took 20 minutes for Ori to actually eat it, but it looked tremendous. And what was that bird made of? Was it a banana? I couldn't tell, but it looked awesome. And
well, the baker's on the call.
Baker.
Dina, reveal yourself. Let us know what that bird was made of.
Dina,
She's in the trifle. In the trifle. She's tearing it up.
Trifle. That's all there is to that. Connection to show. When we decided what the shows were going to be for this festival, we were wondering what bakers would make, and Mark said, well, I hope they're going to make a trifle, which they did. So I was very pleased about that because I didn't know. Is trifles a thing you know here? It's something I've I've seen and eaten in England. And the trifles I've always had are fruit based. So connection to show 5, but moving to taste, I don't know, brownies, strawberries, whipped cream seemed a bit much, although Ori, good save with the tart versus the sweet. But speaking of Ori, Dina's boyfriend, can we trust him? What did Dina say to him at the time? I mean, what's the deal over there? I don't know, but I'm taking a point off because I'm just not secure with the veracity of that result. 14.
Oh.
Rifles. And I guess we'll move on to our next show, which is the Directors of Arranged Runaway. Take it away.
Hello guys, I'm Yuen.
Karson.
And we are directing Arranged Runaway.
We have our baker Delilah and her younger sibling Blake as the taster. So we'll let her carry it away.
Hello. Okay, hope you can see it. I made a mud pie. So yeah. We have the footprint here, and then I made the meringue for the rose. And then I made like sugar glass for the petals. They are green. You can't really see. I'm sorry. It's a bit dark and light in here. I don't know. But yes, there you have it.
What is the base of the dirt?
I made my grandmother's sour cream chocolate cake and crumbled it up and made dirt. And it is the best cake I've ever had. So hopefully it did it justice.
Wow.
And
All right. Come
Blake.
right on up. Hello, Blake.
Hi. Lila forgot to mention that she also made a worm out of meringue. Yes.
Ooh.
Go in the mud. Yeah.
Where's
the
worm?
Huh? Oh, the worm. Here. It's kind of peeping out.
Got it. Got it.
Can I eat now?
Dig in. Dig in.
Okay. My first bite is just of the footprint and cake. So the footprint is chocolate frosting.
Chocolate frosting. Nice. What we got? He's thinking about it.
The cake tastes really good, but it's a bit rubbery. Thanks.
The truth.
It tastes good.
The truth.
You can stop being so mean. I'm gonna have some of the worm because that's the part I'm excited about.
Okay. Maybe they'll make up for it.
Very nice. None of it gets stuck in your teeth. It's very like powdery, melts in your mouth. It tastes good. Yep, the worm is also the meringue. Also, she did a very good job piping this rose. I was impressed. Thank you.
Oh, lovely.
So what are we thinking for our overall score?
I need to taste the glass. Give me a second. Give me a second.
All right.
It's very crunchy.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it. How's your teeth okay?
It doesn't really have a flavor. Well, it tastes good. It's literally sugar. Overall, it tastes very nice, except for the cake. The texture of the cake. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5, or if you don't accept that, a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Thank you for your honesty.
I dig it.
I love the honesty and the
I'm taking the
specificity.
cake. Don't eat all of it. I will.
All right, he's bringing it.
See you. Bye.
Fabulous. Nice job. All right, Arranged Runaway.
Dean, marry me. Let's get out of this town and never turn back.
Clay, you know I adore you, but I am engaged to another.
That doesn't matter. Run away with me, Dean.
Alas, the eternal struggle. Do I stick with my arranged marriage or run away and elope? Arranged?
Run away.
Arranged?
Run away.
And now, Arranged Runaway.
Written and directed by Karson, McCullough, and Yuen Chow.
Let me.
I do adore painting. But sometimes drawing has to do. My little drawings. Say, where's Dad?
Sorry, it won't let me open my video for some reason. It says the host has stopped it.
No. I thought you were the host being king, but I'll wait. I can.
Son, your mother and I have something to tell you. You're getting married. You see, we really need this alliance.
What? There's no way I'm getting married.
Lex, you have no choice. The decision is final.
Elizabeth?
Yes, Mother?
Can I talk to you for a moment?
Of course.
Your father and I have set you up to be married.
What?
I'm sorry, we really need this alliance and this is our best option. The man you're to marry is kind and honest and quite good looking as well.
I wish to marry for love.
Not for some alliance.
I don't even know him.
I haven't even met her.
I'm sorry, truly, but the decision is final. We'll give you some time to think about it.
Remember that we need this alliance.
Hey, Lex. Everything okay?
Well, my parents want me to get married.
What?
I know. They said they needed some alliance and then didn't specify what it was.
You have to?
Yes, I guess. They didn't give me much of a choice.
Hey, Liz, you want to go to the library and get new books?
Not right now.
Are you okay? You never refuse new books.
My parents arranged a marriage for me.
What? Really?
Yes, really.
Why? Did they give you a choice?
No, they didn't give me a choice. They said they need the alliance.
I haven't even met her.
I wish I could just run away.
Why don't you? Run away.
I wish I could. It's just, what if I were to get caught? And what would happen to the alliance?
Liz, you are only 17. Your life and decisions shouldn't be based on what happens to other people. It should be based on your happiness.
Yes, that sounds right. Thank you, Simon. I'm going to live my life as I please, and I'll get the love I've been drawing about.
Avery, I'm gonna miss you so very much. You've really been my only friend.
I will miss you too, but I want you to be happy most of all.
Okay, then I shall be gone by nightfall.
Thank you, Simon. I'll be gone by nightfall.
Hey, Ollie, can you get some wood, please? I think we're running low.
Will do.
Great, I'll get water. Oh, excuse me. Are you okay? Oh, whoa, what's your name?
I'm Elizabeth. Who are you?
I'm Trina. What are you doing out in the woods?
I'm sleeping, clearly. What are you doing in the woods?
I'm getting water from my friend. Are you alone?
Yes, I am alone. Do you and your friend live in the woods?
You can say that. We had nowhere to go. So when we met, we decided to make a place for us to live and be accepted.
What do you mean by accepted?
We're outcasts. Something about us wasn't deemed acceptable by society, so we were shunned and kicked out.
Why are you considered an outcast?
I'm gay. Why are you all alone in the woods?
My parents, they set up an arranged marriage for me.
So that's why you ran away? It was arranged?
I want to get married for love. I want the type of love I've read about.
Oh, I know. You should come with me. You can Ollie.
Really?
Yeah. Great. Let's just get water, then we can head back, okay?
Okay.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Excuse me? Who are you? What are you doing in the woods?
All right. Here's the deal. I'm Prince Alexander, you know?
The prince? What are you doing here?
Well, my parents, they sort of arranged this marriage for me and... Hang on a minute. Who are you? And what are you doing in the woods?
I'm Ollie. I live in the woods.
Oh, you live in the woods. Well, if you live in the woods, would you happen to have a princely place to stay?
Maybe not princely, but I think I got a place you can come. I can introduce you to my friend Trina.
Oh, thank you very much.
Follow me. So here we are.
Welcome.
Where exactly is here? Oh!
This...
I'm so sorry. Here, let me help you up.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry about knocking you over here. I messed up your shirt there.
We're fine. It's okay.
You're absolutely stunning.
Oh, why, thank you.
Ollie, this is Elizabeth. I found her sleeping by a tree while collecting water.
And this is Alexander. I found him in the woods while getting wood. By the way, what reason were you both in the woods?
I ran away from my home.
Me too.
Why'd you leave?
My parents, they wanted me to marry someone I had yet to meet.
Mine's as well.
Who were you arranged to marry?
The son of Charles and Alexandra.
Are you the daughter of Henry and Cecilia?
Yes, I am. Are you who I was supposed to marry?
I can only guess I am. So that means you're...
Right, okay. Sorry to cut this conversation short, but do you both have a place to stay?
Afraid not, no.
No, but I have no problem sleeping under the trees.
Why don't they just stay with us?
Great idea.
Excellent. But if you don't mind me asking, why are you two all alone in the woods?
We are the outcasts.
We were either running away from something like you or shunned and kicked out.
What are each of you?
I was born a girl, Olivia. It ended up being the wrong body.
And I like girls instead of boys.
Oh, it's great that you have one another.
Yes, you're both so strong.
So, one of the outcasts?
Yes.
How you feeling?
Gideon would be the best to describe it.
That is to be expected.
You are marrying the person you love! Ah!
Avery!
Simon!
I missed you.
Alexander, do you take Elizabeth as your wife?
I do.
And Elizabeth, do you take Alexander as your husband?
I do.
Then you are husband and wife. You may kiss.
Just kiss already.
Yes, yes.
All right. Nice
Lovely.
job, arranged runaway. All right, I'm gonna kick off the bake-off results. Okay, so Delilah and Blake, hope you're listening. Connection to show. The second half of the show was set in the woods, so nice job creating your set with your dish. I thought that was really clever, right? We were in the woods. It really set the scene for me. So a nice 4 connection to show. Nice job, everybody. Presentation. Okay, so this is where I might be a bit biased that I am the particular judge for this category, because normally for presentation, it was a bit messy. It was a bit sloppy with the crumbles, and it was a bit hard to tell what each little set piece was in the woods. So I would have maybe said a 3. However, since it was chocolate cake and all chocolate, I am a strong believer that all chocolate tastes better when it's messy and mushy, and that is my absolute favorite thing of all time. So that's being bumped up to a 4. So nice job. I wanted to eat that. Okay. Number 3, taste. Since Blake was the one who got to eat it, Blake was very honest, probably our most honest taste tester yet.
Go Blake.
Yes, I did. I'm not sure if rubber is what you'd want to be eating. I don't know. Blake gave it a 4. Based on it, on your reaction, Blake, it sounded a bit like a 3 to me, but because you were so honest and admitted to your sister's cake tasting like rubber, I gotta bump that up just for the comedy purposes. So we're at a 4 for taste. So that is 4s all around arranged runaways.
Yes, and show some folks who are watching on YouTube, show some love for Arranged Runaway in the chat box.
Absolutely.
All right, really nice job, you guys. Really clever. Time skip. Loved that. All right. Next up, we have I Am a Camera. Directors, take it away.
I'm Sylvia.
I'm Clay, and our show is titled I'm a Camera, written by John Van Druten. And Sylvia is the one that handled the bake-off.
Yeah, and
so.
I will be doing the bake-off. So tonight we have notably served in a champagne glass.
Ooh.
What would have been raspberry champagne sorbet, but my 14-year-old sister will be judging it, so it is very much non-alcoholic. And oh, what's this? Is it the red of the raspberries and the yellow of the pineapple and the black of the blackberry making the German flag? Why, yes, it is. How eagle-eyed of you to notice that. So yeah, I'll pass it over to my sister.
Get in here, sister. Get close to the camera. We got to see what's going on. Dig in.
That's good. It's a little sweet, but it's very nice and it's very cold for this hot day. Ooh. So
we're also dripping it all over my bed.
So I really like it. It's really good, and and I really like the presentation. It's very nice.
Fantastic. Describe the flavor very quickly.
It's really raspberry, which is good.
Is it?
All right. So, 1 to 5. What's your score? Sister, what's your score?
Oh, I would give it like a 4.5 out of 5. It's pretty good.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Take it away, friends.
Maya just said,
Tina?
I think we should go to the park later today and have a picnic.
What? I can't understand you. Look at the camera.
What?
Over here. Over here.
Where?
At me. I am the camera.
You're the camera?
I am the camera.
I Am the Camera, directed by
Baker-Lerner and Sylvia O'Shea.
In the last few days, there's been a lot of Nazi rioting in the streets here in Berlin. No, that's all wrong. I must explain who is telling all this. A typical beachcomber of the big city. He comes to Berlin for the weekend to start writing a novel, stays on, and now he sits in a rented room waiting for something, though he's been here 6 months already. Well, start now, this minute. Write. Create something. I am a camera, with its shutter open, quite passive. Someday, all of this will have to be developed, carefully printed, and fixed.
Are you writing a novel?
Starting one. Sally, how long have you been in Germany?
About 2 months. You see, I couldn't bear school, so I decided to get myself expelled by telling the headmistress I was going to have a baby. So I went to London, and that's where I started to seduce men. And one of them said I'd do better in Berlin. What do you think, Chris?
I think you're wonderful, Sally.
Do you? Well, I think you're wonderful too. Hold my hand, Chris. I swear eternal friendship.
So do I.
Oh dear, I wonder who that is.
Well, hello there.
Why, hello, Clive.
Hello.
You know, driving here just now, we ran into a bit of a shooting at one of the big department stores. Landauer's, I think.
Good God, that's Natalia's family store. Oh, I hope she's all right. They're a Jewish family. That would be a Nazi riot, I imagine.
Say, who are these Nazis anyway? Are these, I keep hearing the word in the news. Are these Nazis the same as the Jews?
No, they're more or less the opposite.
You know, this is a pretty dreary sort of town. I've been here 3 weeks and I'm sort of getting fed up with it. I was kind of thinking of going away.
Oh no, Clive, you mustn't.
What do you say we all go? All 3 of us. Travel the world. We could take the Orient Express as far as Athens, then take a plane to Egypt, South America, India, Japan, and end up in California.
You don't mean it, do you, Clive? Just take off and go, just like that.
Of course, Chris, why ever not?
Well, what about it? When shall we take off? How's about a week from today?
I think it would be marvelous.
All right with you?
Yes, I suppose so.
Okay, that's that then. Look, why don't we have dinner up here? I'll go get us a few things. I'll be right back.
Isn't life extraordinary? You know, Chris, I really do adore him. I mean, perhaps when this is all over, I could marry him. You're looking all stunned. What's the matter?
I feel stunned. What will become of us? In a few days, we shall have forfeited all kinship with about 99% of the world's population. The men and women who earn their livings and ensure their lives.
Well, you needn't come if you don't want to.
Oh no, I shall come. It's a funny feeling. If I do this, I'm lost, and yet I'm going to do it.
Darling, open that champagne. This is the end of one life and the beginning of another. That be Clive's car. Quick, let's have another drop of champagne. Read that. Read that out loud, will you? I want to be sure I got it right.
Dear Sally and Chris, I can't stick to this damn town any longer. I'm off to the States. Hoping to see you sometime. Clive.
Well, there we are.
Sally, how's about us trying to reform and change your way of life a bit?
What's wrong with our way of life?
Just about everything, isn't it?
Well, I suppose so. We're going to be good. We ought to diet.
And we'll give up smoking in bed.
Yes, what time shall we get up? 7:30.
Sally, you are serious about all this, aren't you?
Well, of course I am. I could go to a party tonight and meet the most wonderful man who'd make all the difference. What's the matter?
Sally, you weren't serious. You didn't mean a word of it.
Yes, I did. I'm going to be quite different, but I don't have to lock myself up in a prison. I mean, that isn't what you want, is it? Would you like to know what my friends say about you? They said that you were ruining me, that I had lost my sparkle and my effervescence, and that it was all due to you. I have outgrown you.
You've what?
I have gone beyond you. I'd better move away from here.
That's fine with me.
You know, you make me sick. Goodbye, Chris.
Well, I certainly won't see her again after this. Never! Never!
Chris, something awful's happened. I met my mummy on the stairs.
I thought you said she was in London.
Well, she was, but I got drunk and sentimental the other night, and I telephoned her, and I suppose it upset her. She jumped to conclusions and into an airplane. Look, Chris, you're going to have to do something for me. I have been writing her now and then and gave her to understand that we are engaged.
No, Sally.
Please, just, Chris, you can't do this to me. Just help me keep her happy. Please, darling, please. I am begging you.
Me? I hope this is Mr. Isherwood.
Yes, Christopher.
I'm Mummy.
I imagined that.
Where do you live, Mr. Isherwood?
Just across the hall.
How convenient.
Look, I think there's something I ought to clear up. I haven't got any decent clothes.
Go and change, Chris. We will wait here for you.
Sally, I think you and Mr. Isherwood have been together quite long enough for the moment. You had better move into the hotel with me.
No, Mummy,
Sally, don't answer back. Trust Mummy. The old way is still the best after all, isn't it?
Yes, Mummy.
We must get you back to it.
Go right in there, Natalia, and then come to my room. Oh, hello, Fritz. I didn't know you were here.
Was that Natalia outside?
Yes, she's gone to the bathroom. I must wash my hands.
What is the matter?
I was walking with Natalia after her lesson, and we ran into a bunch of toughs. Nazis, of course. And they were holding a street meeting. And Natalia got quite fierce. She made a speech, and I was quite astonished. And she got hit in the face with a stone.
Gottes Wien.
It wasn't serious. I think she's a bit shaken, that's all. And after Natalia started, I couldn't keep out of it.
So, Christopher. Oh, hello, Fritz.
Yeah, Natalia.
Natalia, would you like to put a bandage on?
Danke. Now I think I go home.
You let me take you, please?
Very well. I see you tomorrow, Christopher.
Goodbye, Natalia. I admired you very much this afternoon.
I cannot see why.
Good afternoon, Christopher. What's the matter with your hands? Were you in a fight?
Yes, regarding Jews. I don't like seeing people pushed around.
Oh, I see. Well, now, Christopher, there's something I want to tell you. I'm taking Sally home.
Oh, and what do you have to say about that, Sally?
Well, Mummy's quite right, Chris. I ought to go home.
Sally, don't. You're disappearing right in front of my eyes.
I hope the girl you knew is disappearing. You've changed her too much. It's people like you who are ruining the world. Unprincipled drifters who call themselves authors, live in foreign countries, and get themselves involved in obscure political issues that are no concern to theirs.
Yes, they are. Some principles are worth fighting for, and I'm very glad to see that he has some. You don't know Chris. He is a very fine person. He's done a lot for me and he's tried to do more, so I am not going to stand here and let you nag him.
Well, I'll say goodbye, Christopher. Shall we go, Sally?
Yes, Mommy.
All right.
Yes, yes. Give it up
give it up, give
online.
it up.
Give it up online
Thank
for
you so much. I am a camera.
camera.
Good work.
All right, so let's get to this bake-off, shall we? So gotta love sister's taste test. Could see the shock when that hit of sugar just like hit in the mouth and went straight to the brain and rattled everything around in there. I believe with all my heart that that was a pure moment. I stand by the 4.5. Let's go next to connection to show. Now, we're talking flimsy at best. Love the idea, love the aim for connection, but just like throwing a glass around for 4 seconds does not a connection make.
Wow.
3.
Oh.
But lastly, appearance. Man, that looked so beautiful in the glass. I thought the color scheme, it was so vibrant, so beautiful. Worked with the German flag. All of that, the presentation was lovely. Straight up 5. Made me wish I had one in my own home. Give it up. Woo. Thank you so much. And next up, Eye of the Beholder.
Hi, I'm Emelia Gauch, and
I'm Maya.
and
Hey, Mom.
we directed Eye of the Beholder, which we adapted from a Twilight Zone episode.
So I baked today, and we made these pig nose cookies. They're yummy and fun. Anyway, here's my mother to try one.
Okay, get in here.
What's that on your shirt, Mom?
Oh, I don't know.
Does that say, what does that say? Wait.
Is this better?
All educators are essential. What a nice shirt, Mom. Okay, try the cookie.
Get in there. Stay close to the camera. We got to see
Oh,
this.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's a sugar cookie. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's buttery and crispy and chewy. Oh, I might eat too many of these. I think it's a 5 out of 5.
A 5 out of 5. Talk to us about this icing frosting situation. What's the flavor profile on that?
Buttercream.
Okay.
So, but kind of light, whipped with a little bit of milk, maybe. Oops, and I'm dropping it. But it's pink, it's pretty, and it tastes amazing.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
And you said 5 out of 5 that was? 5 out of 5?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, it's going down. It's going down.
Leave it alone, Maya.
All right. Thank you so much. MCs?
Anushka, oh my god, I just got stung in the eye by a bee.
Oh my God, Naomi, how did that happen?
I tried to hold it.
What were you thinking? Oh my God, okay, fine, let's call 911. Oh my God, okay, my friend just got stung in the eye. In the eye. The eye of the beholder.
The eye of the beholder.
Directed by Maya Van Overbeeke-Costello and Emelia Gauch.
Nurse, is it night already?
It's 9:30.
What about the day?
What about it?
Was it a beautiful day? Was the sun out? Was it warm?
Kind of warm.
When will they take the bandages off?
When they decide whether they can fix up your face or not.
Oh. I guess it's pretty bad, isn't it?
I've seen worse.
But it's pretty bad, isn't it? I know it's pretty bad. Ever since I was a little girl, people have turned away from me. The very first thing I can remember is a little child screaming when she looked at me. I never wanted to be beautiful. I never wanted to look like a painting. I never even wanted to be loved. I just wanted people not to scream when they looked at me. When will they take the bandages off?
You've been waiting so long now. That doesn't make much difference, does it? Ever see her face? 307?
Indeed, I have. If it were mine, I'd bury myself in a grave someplace. Poor thing. Some people just want to live no matter what.
Suspended in time and space for a moment, you have been introduced to Miss Janet Tyler, who lives in a very private world of darkness, a universe whose dimensions are the size, thickness, length of the swath of bandages that cover her face. In a moment, we'll go back into this room, and also in a moment, we'll look under those bandages, keeping in mind, of course, that we're not to be surprised by what we see, for this isn't just a hospital, and this patient 307 is not just a woman. This happens to be the Twilight Zone, and Miss Janet Tyler, patient 307, with you, is about to enter it.
Warm this evening, Miss Tyler.
I thought it was. Couldn't be sure though.
Very warm. You can take my word for it. This is your 9th visit? Is it your 9th?
11th. It's hopeless, isn't it, Doctor? I'll never look any different.
That's hard to say. Up to now, you haven't responded to the medication or the shots or any of the proven techniques. Frankly, you've stumped us, Miss Tyler. Your 11th visit. No more are permitted after 11.
Doctor, may I walk outdoors? Just for a little while? Just to smell the flowers, just to feel the air, just for... Make believe, Doctor. To make believe that I am normal. If I sit outside in the darkness, then I know the whole world is dark. I'm more part of it that way. I want to belong. I want to be like other people. Please help me, Doctor. Please help me.
You're not being rational, Miss Tyler. You can't expect to live any kind of life amongst normal people.
I could try. I could wear a mask or this bandage. I wouldn't bother anyone. Who are you people anyway? What is this state? Who makes up all the rules and the statutes and the traditions? The state isn't God, Doctor.
Miss Tyler, please.
The state isn't God. It hasn't the right to penalize someone for an accident of birth. It hasn't the right to make ugliness a crime.
Miss Tyler, I must ask you to stop this kind of talk immediately. Now, Miss Tyler, now.
Feel the night out there. Feel the air. I can smell the flowers. Please take this off me. Please take this off me. Take this off me!
Calm down, Miss Tyler.
I think they spend an awful lot of time and trouble on some of these face cases. These throwbacks. Why not just ship them out in the beginning?
Is that what you'd want if it were you?
Oh, look! The leader's on the radio.
Turn it up.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I shall talk to you about glorious conformity. You recall, of course, that era of man's history when there was an over-sentimentalized concept that it mattered not that people were different, that a world could exist in some kind of crazy patchwork kind of makeup with foreign elements glued together in a crazy quilt. We realize, of course, now that we can.
Now, I'm going to cut at a point on the left side of your head. I'll start to unwind very gradually. As I unwrap, I want you to describe to me the different shading of light as you perceive it, as each layer of the bandage comes off.
All right.
If you make any movement, or if you get emotional on us, Miss Tyler, I'm going to have the nurse hold you down. Is that understood?
I promise. I won't.
Good. Do you see any light, Miss Tyler?
A little.
Look up towards the light. How about now, Miss Tyler?
It's bright. It's very bright.
Here comes the last bandage. Do you want a mirror, Miss Tyler?
No. No, thank you. Doctor, I'm still terribly ugly. Is there any other alternative? Could I be put away?
Under certain circumstances, the state does provide for extermination of undesirables. I doubt very much if we could permit anything other than your transfer to a communal group of people with your disability. Here comes the last of it. No change! No change at all! I was afraid of this. Turn on the lights!
She's getting emotional. Hold her down.
No.
We know now that there must be a single purpose. We must cut out all that is different, like a cancerous growth. Conformity we must worship and hold sacred. Conformity is the key to survival.
Don't be afraid, Miss Tyler. Someone is coming to transfer you to a group up north. You can live with your own kind now. After a little while, you'd be surprised how little of a while. You'll feel a sense of belonging. You will be loved, Miss Tyler.
Why are some of us born so ugly?
I don't know. I really don't know. Well, there's an old saying, a very, very old saying. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I want you to keep that in mind when we leave here. Try to say it over and over to yourself. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Come on, go get your things, and we'll leave.
Now the questions that come to mind. Where is this place and when is it? What kind of world where ugliness is the norm and beauty the deviation from that norm? You want an answer? The answer is, it doesn't make any difference because the old saying happens to be true. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. In this year or 100 years hence, on this planet or anywhere where there is human life, even out amongst the stars. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Lesson to be learned in the Twilight Zone.
Ah, good job. Good job, Eye of the Beholder.
Okay.
maybe not sure about ending that way as we all may be a little nervous in bed tonight after that one. Good. So we had presentation. The pig nose, of course. Cute, delicate, in the cookie form anyway. Not on stage, but in cookie form, delicate. Let's give it a 4 for presentation. Looking good, looking good. We also, of course, really appreciate Maya's mother's sign. And if that's part of the presentation, all the monies go there. So, so good presentation, 4 for presentation. Connection to show, I've got to give that a 5. You know, that was for those of you who don't know the episode, don't know the piece, wouldn't have been aware of the connection until, of course, it becomes apparent. So very clever with the connection of to the show. And so 5 for that. And taste. Now, we've been trying to measure bias as much as possible here this evening, trying to really gauge what is kind of a visceral response here. You know, again, a parent, a guardian, there's some implicit bias there, but I'll tell you what got me here with taste. What got me was there was an exhale / grunt that was the secondary wave of flavor going down. I'm not sure if anyone caught that, but it sounded something like which sold me on a 5, sold me on the 5. Wasn't sure I was going to go there until the visceral response happened. So 5 for taste. Good job, eye of the beholder.
All right.
So what we're going to do now is, those of you who are watching on YouTube, we're going to take a couple minutes of a break. And when I say couple minutes, we mean 4 minutes. And so we're going to be aggressive with this. I'm going to open up breakout rooms for our performers. They're going to create awards for each other. And then they will come back and present those awards. And the 4 of us will present our Drama Society awards after that to close out the evening. And so please do stick around. Please do come back. But you have 4 minutes from right now to use the restroom, to go grab maybe a glass of water, or a sparkling beverage. So you have 4 minutes from right now, and we'll sign off for a few minutes. We'll see you in 4 minutes. All right, all of you folks in YouTube land, all of you folks in YouTube land, we're going to be coming back. We are going to be coming back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so the way we will do this is we will, hold on, when my colleagues are back, we will move forward. All right, excellent, excellent. So if students, whoopsies, one of us got booted off, so I have to get back in. Okay, so if students can mute their cameras for a moment, that would be great. And excellent, excellent. So we are here. We're here to announce the winner of Bake Off. Mary, this was you?
This is me. It was tough because it actually was a tie. It was a tie between Trifles and Eye of the Beholder. We spent the 4 minutes fighting, duking it out, pros and cons. We had to make a choice. There's one winner. There's only one plaque. Really no plaque, but we're going to pretend there was a plaque. And for complexity of idea, we're just going to look the other way about the boyfriend judge, and we're going to give it to Trifles. Well done, Trifles. Good job, Dana.
There will, MB, we should say, you mentioned a plaque. You mentioned a plaque, and we should say that we have, once we are back in the building, we'll see, once we are back in the building, and let's see, listen, you all know the story. If we're back in the building, when we're back in the building, there is a set of shelves in the white box, and there are plenty of bronze cups, trophies. We will inscribe on a piece of paper that will be taped to the base of one of those cups. We can inscribe Trifles, Bake Off 2020 winner.
Dina can take it to Scotland with her.
Good. So at this point, we're going to jump into student recognition awards, where each show will present to the next. So we will, the show immediately following theirs. So the first show that will be up is The Monkey's Paw, who will be presenting to The Cure. And you can have both representatives from The Monkey's Paw and The Cure. You may turn on your cameras.
Hi.
All right, Monkey's Paw, go for it.
Okay, so we're giving the award for best variation of characters to The Cure. Great job, guys. Woo.
Good, 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 good. The Cure, so Monkey's Paw, you can mute your videos. The Cure will be presenting to, what's next? What's third? Trifles, our Bake Off winner. So Trifles, you can turn on your videos, representatives from Trifles.
Presenting to The Cure, right.
The Cure gets best sound design and box passing over Zoom.
Yay.
Excellent, excellent. The Cure, you can mute your mic, you can mute your videos, and we can have representatives from Arranged Runaway for Trifles to present to Arranged Runaway.
All right, so we are Trifles, and to the wonderful cast and the wonderful directors of Arranged Runaway, we are awarding Objectively, the most flannel in any show, comma, best rom-com with a twist, comma, and lastly, best work in parallel scenes. Nicely done.
Well done, well done. Excellent. Trifles, you may stop your videos. And I am a camera, you can turn yours on. Arranged Runaway will be presenting to you.
Okay, so right off the bat, we had to give best accents to I'm a Camera. And then the second one was the ultimate friend zone moment for that first moment between Owen and Dean. I mean, ultimate friend zone moment. And our last one is best props. It was really amazing. We saw some fake cigarettes, lots of fun stuff. So great job, guys.
Excellent. And Arranged Runaway, you can stop your videos. Eye of the Beholder, you can open up yours. And I am a camera, go for it.
So I have the Beholder. We want to present to you the award for Best Cinematography, and that includes both lighting and angles and an amazing use of zoom. Mwah, beautiful. And B, best and most thrilling swine imagery.
Nice, very nice. I am a camera, you can stop those videos. The Monkey's Paw, come back on, representatives from the Monkey's Paw. And Eye of the Beholder, it's all you.
All right, to the Monkey's Paw, we are awarding well choreographed passing of a very cool prop.
We are also awarding the most emotionally charged performance that moved the audience.
Nice. Excellent, excellent. One of our favorite things, I feel I can speak safely for the four of us, where one of our favorite things about festival, student-directed festival, is the recognition and the respect that our students pay to each other and the attention that they pay to each other's work. It's really awesome. And so we're so proud of them for that. Good. MB, you next?
I am. So we have other people we want to recognize, other students, and I'll start with thanking the current board. You saw them emceeing tonight, and if the current board wants to come on, we can see you, so we can wave to you and say thank you to you. Our current board consists of Baker-Lerner was the president this year. Naomi Murney did publicity. Dina Watana was the secretary. Dean Klein was communications. Phoebe Kallaher, photography, video, and Anushka Malik was outreach. Thank you, this year's execs. You did an awesome job. We really appreciate all your hard work. Up until I think today, Dean was working on the program. So thank you for finishing that, Dean, for us. That's awesome. And we want to usher in next year's board, you know, if we have a drama society. And if we do, then we will welcome Dean as president. We will welcome Eve Jones as secretary. Phoebe will once again do photography and video. Emelia will do publicity and advertising. Jack Reisman will do communications and web management. And Anushka is going to lead a team of community outreach that we hope will reach different students, parent organizations, as well as high school kids. And her team will consist of Joanne, Thomasin, and Grace. So thank you. We're really looking forward to this year's upcoming execs.
Yes, I was waiting for that air horn all night.
Here you go, B. And I think I'm turning it over to Elena.
Yes. All right. It's time for Drama Society certificates. All right. So these awards go out to upper class students who significantly participate in at least 2 shows outside of acting and whose dedication and service to the drama department goes above and beyond. So this year we have Kate Cutler, Colin Hintz, Jamie Hintz, Bonnie Sue, Ellen Ives, Eve Jones, Phoebe Kallaher, Dean Klein, Anushka Malik, Noam Scully, Wu Son, and Dina Watana. Congratulations, everybody. All right.
Yay, yay.
Turning it over.
To Mark, I think.
Oh boy.
To Mark?
Oh.
No.
Oh yes,
right.
yes. Me first, B. And
Oh,
then
you
you.
doing first? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So our William H. Lincoln medal winner this year. The recipient of this medal was Freddie Sell. So it takes, I'll read what we wrote in the program. It takes a special type of high school student to hold down the role of Hamlet. Freddie did that and more. In this and all of his many other productions throughout the years, he's displayed a thoughtfulness rarely seen from high school actors, an unparalleled work ethic, the nuance of a seasoned professional, and attentive listening which elevated the performances of his peers. Freddie has spent the last 4 years in classes and in shows, honing his craft on stage, and even adding directing to his resume this school year, co-directing The Citizens, written by Naomi Murney. We thank Freddie for his dedication, his fearless risk-taking, his modest approach and good guy vibe, and exemplary role modeling. Thank you, Freddie.
Awesome. So now we're going to talk about the Jeremy S. Kritzman Memorial Award, which goes to a graduating student who excels in the dramatic arts. This year, we have chosen to honor 2 people. A 2005 graduate of Brookline High School, Jeremy had a passion for the dramatic arts and was, at the time of his unfortunate death in 2007, a junior at Indiana University, where he had developed an interest in comedy writing. This year, we are pleased to recognize Noam Scully as our Kritzman Book Award recipient and Kenny Soba as the Kritzman Scholarship recipient. Both Noam and Kenny have exhibited the positive attitude and good humor that Jeremy did during his time at BHS, and we thank them both for their kind and generous spirits. Congratulations.
Awesome. Yes. And it is at this time, this is going to take me a second because I have to share my audio and my screen, but every year we do a presentation for our 4 senior book award winners, or 4 book award winners who are seniors. And this year we have 4, and so we're going to see a presentation by them, for them, to them in 1 second. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to try and sync this up as best as I can. Give me a hot second, please, as we get this. Whoops. Whoops, where's that sound? All right, hold on, everyone. Hold on, technical difficulties. We'll give this another shot. Whoop, there we go. Did everyone hear that? No? Oh boy. All right, give me a sec. Thank you for your patience, everyone. All right. Oh gosh. Who gave this guy a job? Hold on 1 second. Thanks everyone for your patience here. Uh-oh. I think I just closed it all down. Somebody buy me some time here. One of my colleagues.
Hey, everyone. So, hey, everyone. Thanks for patience. Good job with this festival, huh? If those of you still watching on the YouTubes, put something in the chat. Give it up for all of our festival participants this year.
All right, let's try this. Let's try this. You hear it?
Yes.
In a world plagued by murder hornets, snow in May, Zoom bombings, and Trump leadership, the greatest epic threat teenagers have ever faced raised its ugly head on March 12th. School shut down. Stuck at home. Quarantining with parents. Social distancing from friends. No sports, no prom, no huggy, touchy, kissy, feely, groupie, drama society interactions in the hallways, backstage, on stage, or in the spooky space. In the face of impending doom, 4 unassuming humans have emerged, forged from the pressures of online living and our desperate need for leadership in these uncertain times. We present these 4 dystopian heroes. Our resident Emmett Brakowski, Noam Scully, follows directions, gets the work done, and is ever reliable. His inner theme song is indeed, "Everything is awesome." But when facing insurmountable odds, Noam emerged as an unlikely hero. He perfected accents. He wore any wigs thrown on his head. He is a gracious and generous listener and scene partner in needs improvement. He is the guy who has your back on stage, backstage, and everywhere. As a senior, he emerged as a master builder of everything we value in the Drama Society. Exemplary citizenship, great interpersonal relationships, and abundant goodwill. Next up, Chris Jennings. Secretly known as Neo, is a mastermind who discovered how to use his technical skills to take over the Drama Society this year. Once he realized that we were all trapped inside the hell of a simulated reality, he broke us free with videos, virtual reality screens, and graphic designs, not to mention an array of character voices. Oh, that he could clone himself and save us year after year. Considered by many to be a superhero, Chris never shied away from a challenge this year. We hope that his flexibility, bravery, and willingness to take risks will serve as an example to us all.
I volunteer as tribute!
Is exactly what Naomi Murney shouted the minute she feared someone else would take on directing the senior project. She was shipped into the black box to find her district partner, Freddie Sell, and together they risked their free time in exchange for rehearsals with their unruly district peers, all for the entertainment of others. Unsurprisingly, she used her bow and arrow to scare all of her cast members into listening to her. She can be very formidable. Her detailed research, selflessness, and courage made her triumph in the end with a victorious performance. In addition to the many posters and flyers she has designed as a drama exec, Naomi's willingness to lay it all on the line in needs improvement has saved many a day and scene. You might not recognize Clay Baker-Lerner as Rick Deckard, buried as they often are under a pile of makeup for Drama Society productions. But make no mistake about it, they are ruthless in the pursuit of excellence as a Blade Runner. But instead of tracking down bioengineered humanoids, Clay has sought out 8th graders and underclassmen to bring into the Drama Society fold. Clay has spent 4 years involved in the Drama Society and became its fearless leader this year as Drama Society president. Clay has seen it all and could be burned out after all that hard work, but no, they have developed a keen sense of leadership, excellent role modeling, and finally, empathy towards all less experienced humans. In addition to their prodigious work in extracurriculars, Clay has also spent the last 2 years in Betco, developing their artistic voice and acting as a role model and leader. As you can see, these folks are ready to take on all that our dystopian world has thrown at them. Noam, Chris, Naomi, and Clay, you have made an indelible mark on the Drama Society, and we thank you for bringing your best to our society. We love you, and we will miss you. Let's take a moment to unmute our mics and give a huge round of applause to our heroes.
Yes. Yes.
Yay.
Congratulations. Congratulations, one and all. Give yourselves a huge round of applause for this year's 2020 student-directed online virtual festival.
Yay.
Well done. Well done. Congratulations. All of you worked hard, you pulled together, and you made magic happen. Don't forget, we can do anything. Go ahead, throw a roadblock in our path. We'll conquer it. Don't you worry about it. You all are heroes. Thank you so much for all of your effort. Thank you, everyone who's watching on YouTube Live. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for supporting us. And we hope to be able to see you soon. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you. Thank you.